These are the interviews from Chat City on Preston FM. Don't forget, our show is live weekdays from 10 till noon. Tune in and become part of our family.
OK, well, on Saturday, Preston's flag market was transformed, and in the Sunday, rather, with sunshine, into a traditional Sikh procession. The Nagar Kirtan event saw hundreds celebrate on the ancient square and hundreds more turn out to sample the cultural event. It's a custom involving processional singing of holy hymns, and they take the Sikh holy scriptures through the streets of Preston. Traditional food was on offer along with more contemporary ice cream. Wow. And to tell us more about it, we've got Santos and Lak in the studio. Santos is vice chair and Lak is secretary of the Guru Nama Gurdwara in Preston. Did I get anywhere close?
You got very
That was
close
absolutely
there.
spot on. You're better than me and Santos.
Well, can I welcome you both to Chat City? And I know that this year particularly had a special occasion over the weekend, and that was to do also with this being the centenary year of the First World War. So maybe you can tell us a little about the event and the meaning of the event and the importance it is to the Sikh community in Preston.
Good morning to you. Firstly and foremostly, it was a double celebration. Nagar Kirtan basically means, Nagar means town, Kirtan means singing of hymns. It's usually done in the month of Vasak. We're a bit late, but that's irrelevant to the... And second, obviously, the First World War, the 100-year celebration of that. My grandfather actually served in France in 1914, so obviously made it more poignant for us the Sikhs as well. And
I'm sure a lot of people, British people, forget the important role that Sikhs actually played in that First World War.
Exactly. Actually, I was amazed myself when I read about it, word for word. 145,000 Sikhs died or were injured or what you call it, in the two world wars. But we don't get a mention in history. I did history school and not once did it mention anything about the Sikhs.
No, and neither did I. So, I mean, it's time that the history books, of course, were put right, isn't it? And that must mean a lot to the Sikh community.
It does, because obviously, if you can imagine, you live 6,500 miles away, you volunteer, you come and fight in a war which is basically no relevance to yourselves. But at the end of the day, we felt, well, the guys at the time felt obligated to come and, because basically it was a common enemy. And they were basically, well, they were fascist bully boys, call it what you like. But they felt that they had to come and obviously, play a part in the... In
defending.
And the weekend celebrations, tell us a little about, is that right, that part of the tradition of the procession is to actually carry the scriptures along through on the procession?
Yeah, the idea is that Sikhs, there aren't many Sikhs in the Preston area, so the idea was to actually raise the flag for Sikhs and show Preston that there are a few Sikhs here, and they take the community very seriously, and we just wanted to do something that is done traditionally in places like India, which is a regular occurrence, but we've managed to do it this time round and take the Guru Granth Sahib through the streets of Preston, and also handed out leaflets which explained what Sikhism was all about. And Vaisakhi is a very big part. I know we're a little bit late for that, but better late than never.
And I was going to ask about that because lots of people, including myself, maybe don't know about the concepts and beliefs of the Sikh religion. I mean, from what I've read, I take it that it is a very peaceful religion. It's something that promotes peace and an individual approach to peace within oneself.
Sikhism is a very simple religion. If we really take it literally, it respects all other religions. It's peaceful. It sort of spreads out to help other people, and basically it's there as our gurus intended it to be, which was to serve the community, look after the needy, etc., etc. We can't explain Sikhism in a very short space of time. We could go on for hours about that. But having said that, it is a very peaceful religion indeed.
In a nutshell, we were commanded by our first Guru, Guru Nanak, to feed the hungry and the needy, and we were commanded by our 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, to defend the less able to defend themselves.
And this is one of the concepts of on the procession on Sunday, taking food along with the procession.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what about young people? I mean, how difficult do young people find it within the Sikh religion and the, you know, the daily kind of Western approach to life, which maybe sometimes is contradictory to Sikh religion?
It's very surprising, to be honest with you. Sikhism fits in very well with the social structure in this country and everywhere else in the world. And the reason for that is because our religion is quite open, quite easy to blend. We can hold our principles in all sorts of situations. And the reason for that is simply because it's a religion which adapts. It's a religion that cares. It's a religion that is taking Sikhism forward. And also, we have a lot of people who come to us and say, what is Sikhism? And after an hour's talk, 2 hours talk, there's a lot of people that come to us and say, wow, what a religion. We didn't know you existed. So we should make a bit of an effort to tell people what we're all about. And that's what we're trying to do, basically.
We don't actually go out and convert anybody into our religion, because one of the principles of Sikhism is that we should not impose our will on anybody. So that's maybe one of the reasons it hasn't grown. But there are some people who are non-Sikhs, i.e. white, Welsh, whatever, they come to the Gurdwara. One of them actually even wanted to become a Amritari, which is obviously a baptised Sikhs. And actually Santos, he had a long conversation persuading her not to. But she said she's been to the Golden Temple 3 times, is it?
3 times, yes.
And she said she's so made up with the religion that she wants to come over to us. And she attended, she came, she followed with us,
she was she was walking.
She actually came from Anglesey.
From Anglesey?
Anglesey, yeah. And she wanted, I think she's in her late 50s, early 60s. And she's very serious that she wants to become a Sikh. And we said, well, obviously, if you want to go that far, by all means do so. But it's entirely up to you.
But I think you can apply the principle. Sikhism principles are in every religion, to be honest with you. Every religion upholds the same standards. It's just that not many people realise. The only difference is that we try not to discriminate against any sort of religion, no matter who they are, what they are. We take them for what they are, and we celebrate Christmas. We celebrate all sorts of things.
Well, the reason we celebrate Christmas is twofold, because everything that Jesus actually spoke about, we totally and wholeheartedly support him on that.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, we totally agree with what he was saying. And secondly, you had a beard and long hair as well. So maybe he was the forerunner. You don't know.
That's right. Yes, I like that. A forerunner. Yes, maybe a forerunner. So, did you say that the Sikh community in Preston is quite a small community?
It is a very small community. When you put it into perspective with other communities, but like anything else, it's growing, and we get a lot of support from the surrounding areas as well. So that has expanded our community as well. We have a Gurdwara which is in Tunbridge Street, and it showed on Sunday that it was quite inadequate for the great task that we had in hand. Maybe that's something to look forward to. But like we say, we are a small community, but because of the surrounding areas, they all mingle in. It can become quite busy like on Sunday.
Yeah, I was looking at the video last night, and I had a look at the video of Sunday, and I could see all the people there. So that was the Sikh community coming together for the purpose of celebrating the day. And what is the real meaning then of taking the procession onto the street? Is it to show and to testify to your faith?
It is a show to express and to explain to onlookers what our religion is, and also so that they can actually see the scriptures as well, how respectfully we treat our scriptures, because the scriptures is a very big part of our religion, and the scriptures are unique in terms of that they were actually written. All those words, everything that's written inside there has been written by our gurus themselves. So therefore, nothing's been added and nothing's been taken away from it. So everything there, whatever Sikhs need to survive in the modern world, the old world, whichever world you want to talk about, the scriptures deal with it. And all we need to do is to concentrate on the answers are there. So we hold the scriptures up to the point where we don't just look at them as scriptures, we look at them as if our guru is sat there talking to us when we read them. So that's how important our scriptures are to the Sikh community.
Right. And do you find that, say, British people, Western people, do they confuse your religion with other religions?
Appearance-wise, yes. We get confused by all sorts of things. Some unpleasant, some pleasant.
Yes, well, that's what I was wondering.
Yes, we go down that road and we face it all the time. But and that was the Nagar Kirtan is there for that particular purpose, to differentiate a little bit and to say that Sikhism doesn't believe in this, that, and the other, or it believes in this, that, and the other. So we want to we're trying to draw a line so that people recognise true Sikhs and what they represent, and also then the confusion will dissolve itself.
The thing is, we're open to everyone. We at the God Door, we get every walk of life. We get even people that don't even believe in God. But obviously, the point of view is that everyone, it's open. Sikhism is open to one and all. You don't have to be born a Sikh to become a Sikh. And I mean, it depends on how you look at it. But we look at it, it's far more important that you're a decent human being and that you help your fellow man, rather than actually saying I follow this, that, or the other. So basically, the humanity side of it is far, far more important to the religion than actually saying, listen, I'm a Sikh, I do this, I do that. So basically, being a good human being, a decent human being, is far more important.
Right. I'm sure there's lots of people would identify and agree with that. And future events, are there more events coming up in the year?
Well, we had we finished one event on Sunday, and we got a phone call later that evening and saying, right, let's start planning for the next one now. So wheels are in motion already, yes, to prepare for the next one, which will be in April next year, hopefully. We haven't set a date yet, but I'm sure we will.
The thing is, to put it into context, it was like being a kid on Christmas Eve. Yeah, we were hoping for a gerbil, and we got a Grand National winner. Literally, that's the context to put it in. And the chairman actually was, he was so taken aback. Without actually consulting anyone, he said, right, we're going to do it again next year. Who are we to argue? Carry on.
And nice to see people coming out on the streets.
Fantastic.
That amazed us, to be honest with you, because that was something we thought people would be annoyed, people would, were stopping traffic, etc., etc. But it was totally the opposite. People were very interested. They were asking questions on the way.
They were cheering,
clapping and cheering.
Taking videos on the cameras.
I know, it was so amazing, and we did not contemplate that sort of reaction, to be honest with you. Well, it was fabulous.
It was certainly very colourful. I mean, I wasn't around on Sunday, but looking at the video, it was certainly a very colourful day. So is the future then, I mentioned young people, I mean, is it the challenge for the future, or will young people just naturally adapt to the way of life?
The thing is, both of us were brought up in, obviously, the Western culture. We weren't really that interested. I think our first love was first and foremost was football, and not the rest of the things that we do as kids.
Yes.
And as we've mellowed with age, we've actually gone back to our roots, and we hope and pray that our kids do the same. I mean, they did turn up, to be honest, but they're a bit, I'm going to put it, a bit apprehensive of what's going on. They don't really grasp fully as it is. But as they get older, I'm sure they will do.
I think if we hold events like this and we get them involved more in the future, I think the kids, when they understand what Sikhism is all about, I think they're quite amazed, and they say, "Yeah, I didn't know that," and that's partly our fault, because we haven't been we haven't been reaching out to our children. We've been neglecting that side of it a little bit. and hopefully we'll put that right in the future. But there again, having said that, as long as the principles of Sikhism are there with them from the start, that's the most important thing.
Yes.
What name we give to that is obviously, we call it Sikhism, because those standards fit very well into Sikhism. But that we as parents do teach them those principles while they're young, and hopefully those principles will become very fruititious in the future, and help them in their daily lives, and be balanced individuals and caring individuals, and help the community as well. And that's what we're hoping for.
It's what you call Christian values.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Very similar. Doing the right thing. Helping your fellow person. And somebody needs something, you help them out.
Yeah.
Without reward or without actually, glorification. That's what it's all about. Humbleness is a part of the whole religion as well. These guys came, as I say, 6,500 miles to fight in a war where they didn't have to, but they felt they were obligated to do so.
Yes.
And we teach other kids the same principles.
Lovely. Well, can I thank you both for coming in this morning? It's been lovely to meet you, and hopefully to also talk about Sikhism for people who maybe like myself don't know that much. I mean, on reading and looking at the video last night and then meeting you today, I thank you for coming in.
Thanks for listening. We hope you've enjoyed the interviews as much as we have. Why not give us a tweet at Chat City BFM?